Hey everyone, welcome to workshop number 6. It's time to plan our launches. Oh my God, so many people may remember all the way back in ICE Academy when all of this was just an idea. And here we are, turning our ideas into reality. Friends, as you know, because you're all Zoom pros at this point, please mute your microphone. You can use the Zoom chat. There's going to be some cool links going into the Zoom chat. Lots of QR codes in this presentation. I think more QR codes than ever. So you might want to have your phone ready to go to scan some QR codes because there's going to be so many interesting things. But hopefully, my colleagues will also place the links into the chat for some of the most important ones. If you drop the call, don't worry, just rejoin. We're going to go into a group breakout today, which is super fun as well. So let's see. Today, like I said, we're planning our launch. We're going to be talking about launch goals, launch audiences. We're going to start thinking about our asks. Yay! And we're going to create tangible steps towards launch in our roadmaps. So exciting. Yay. We have goals. We have more goals than ever, you guys. And that's because launching is very real. And there's like actual practical things that are going to happen. So I guess we have more goals than usual because they're just so tangible, measurable, attainable, and specific. We want to understand what a launch is exactly and how it adds value. We want to feel really clear by the end of this workshop about the takeoff launch period, about what sort of Turn's going to do to work with you to launch your business, and also what kinds of work is going to be happening before and after the launch, ideally. Hopefully by the end of this workshop, you'll actually have a launch goal, or at least a working launch goal. And maybe in the next few weeks, it will become more and more set in stone. And there's going to be 5 tangible steps written in the roadmaps. Some of you are like, my roadmap is so full, I couldn't fit another step into it. And other people are like, I don't even know what a roadmap is. So all of those people are going to be all up in the roadmap tool today in the group breakout, making some tangible steps. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to start out with what is launching. We're going to go into the goal, audience, and ask. Then we're going to talk about the Turn launch series. We're so excited to share with you everything that we've been working on here at Turn. And we have an amazing Turn champion named Shadi, who's going to be joining us to talk about her participation in the Turn launch fairs last year. And then we're going to take a break, go into a group breakout, like I said, which is so exciting, and then go into one-to-one breakouts. And I hope we will have enough time. I'm going to hurry it up, you guys. Launching, there's a lot about launching, and that's why it's kind of hard to condense it all into this workshop. But let's just start at the most important thing, which is, what is a launch? First and foremost, your business launch simply takes your business from your mind, from a theory, from a series of tasks and to-dos in your roadmap or in your calendar, into reality. Okay, a launch is about getting it out into the world in front of real human people in professional form. Okay, so it's not a sketch, it's not an idea. It's a moment in time when you come out and you say, hello world, check out my business. I'm here to offer a solution to your problem. Come and check it out. That's what a launch is, pretty much. You may have heard the term before, hard launch. It's not when you crash into a wall. Don't worry. A hard launch means you are open for business. It means that you are trading. You're ready to trade safely and legally. So it's the moment that you celebrate releasing your product or offering your service to the general public in exchange for pounds legally and safely, which is usually also legally. Of course, even in a hard launch, it's only the beginning, right? Because it doesn't mean you're never going to modify it further. It doesn't mean you're not going to add or remove features or expand your product range or, continue growing your business, it's still your MVP. It's still your minimum viable product, right? But it's polished, it's professional, it's ready for the scrutiny of the general public. You're taking payments, like I said, safely, legally, whether it's in person or online, whether it's solo, just you, or partnered with another platform or another space. Maybe you're participating in someone else's market. Maybe you're participating in someone else's e-commerce platform or event, but you are trading safely and legally. Now, why am I talking about hard launching and not just opening my business or starting to sell? Let's say that it's the day that a store is opening. I'm going to use a plain old brick and mortar example because it's so simple to wrap our minds around, even though it's not really the core way that people do business any longer, unfortunately. But let's say a store is opening. They have what is called a grand opening. And they invite loads of people to come and see them celebrate. They probably have promotions and sales. They might cut a big fancy ribbon. They make a speech. Maybe they invite the mayor to come and speak. They cause a big pizzazz, right? Can anybody tell me why you would have a grand opening instead of just opening the door of your shop with a smile on your face and waiting for people to come in?
Because you need to grab attention, because you're new in the market.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because you're new in the market. So, and there are lots of competitors. There are huge competitors. So you need to really familiarize your customer with your brand.
That's right, Ariane. It does give you a competitive advantage because once you launch, no one else can do it the same way. Everyone knows you're open and they know to start recognizing you. Why else might I want to have a grand opening? Don't be shy. What's going to happen on that day of the grand opening that's going to help me as a business?
There will be more purchase. People will be using their service or purchasing their products.
That is very true. It will provide you with a revenue flood. If you promote it very cleverly and you invite all the right people and you have a big event, you might be able to gain a lot of capital from day one, and that capital will carry you for potentially many months, those first few months that are quite difficult for any business, right? Another reason is because it gives you a reason to market yourself, to engage with your community, because you start to promote the launch, you start to promote the launch event, right? So it's like a reason for your marketing and a reason for all of your efforts around announcing your launch, right? Last but not least, to celebrate, you guys, because it's an important milestone in your story. And you want to have time to celebrate those milestones, and you want to bring your community together to celebrate those milestones, because then everybody in the business community is feeling connected, excited, and a part of something bigger, which is such an amazing thing. So a hard launch is releasing a complete MVP ready to be purchased with a bang. That's basically what it is. So it could be your first market stall over a weekend somewhere and a party. It could be a pop-up shop or a trunk show where you have a list of very important people that you're inviting. It could be your e-commerce website is up and ready to take safe payments and you make a pitch or a presentation about it. Maybe it's a big promotion of like free consultations that you're giving to help people understand more about your service or to give them a little bit of free advice pertaining to your service. There's all different kinds of ways that you could launch. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. You're like, girl, I am not ready to trade. I'm not going to be ready to trade in March. I mean, maybe you don't have enough inventory for a complete launch because maybe sourcing a supplier is taking longer than you expected. Or maybe you're concerned that some of the qualifications you're seeking to be able to provide your service legally will not be complete before March. Maybe that's happening. That's okay, you guys, because there's another type of launch that is also very beneficial to any business, and that is called a soft launch. A soft launch. A soft launch is a more low-key launch. Rather than launch the full kabang and start trading with the general public, you might roll out certain features of your business. You might preview it only to a targeted audience made up of your supporters and people in your network. A soft launch is easy and it's cheap because you have little to no marketing investment. You don't have to have your full inventory yet. It gives you a little bit of space to really listen to and react to your community's demands or your customers' demands. And it helps you fix glitches in your process quickly and effectively. Some examples of a soft launch. You might release a professionally branded website and social media so that people can begin to watch those spaces for a hard launch in the future. This is what we call your digital business card, so that people who attend your soft launch or who hear about you or people who you meet, who you network with, can look you up online. They can contact you easily. They can learn more about your business. And if they follow you, they can see what's coming up next. So it's a great thing to launch first. A pitch presentation at an industry event or conference that builds anticipation for an upcoming hard launch. A preview release of a product or service or an exclusive sneak peek for just a limited audience prior to making it available to the general public. Okay, here's an example. You all remember Fatma from Ice Academy. Fatma, who we know and love, she's a wonderful turn champion, hosted a soft launch of her Yemeni food business as a supper club. So she hosted an exclusive supper club event with a very limited audience and served a very short and sweet menu. Okay, so she didn't serve the whole menu like she would have in a market stall or if she was catering a huge event. She served like a supper, like a preset menu. Okay, her launch goal was to build a buzz around her emerging business. And of course, you can read here on her Instagram what her brand purpose always was, which is to introduce this almost unheard of cuisine to the UK to those who were curious of Yemeni food, right? So because these were her goals to build a buzz around this business, she focused on building a sense of community and she carefully targeted her soft launch audience. Okay, so her friends and her supporters. She wanted to invite her community. Why? Because it would help her to put Meet Me at Fatma's through a stress test with people who love and accept her and who would be honest with her about the business processes that she needed to refine before opening the floodgates to the general public. Okay. The added benefit is that her core supporters just felt so chuffed for being invited to this exclusive event and being some of the first to try it. It feels special and it helps Fatma build brand loyalty from day one. She invented potential partners and stakeholders. So for example, she asked Turn to invite key supporters who she knew support Turn entrepreneurs and were interested in her business because she wanted them to feel special and included in the story as well. And of course, she invited role models, so other food and beverage entrepreneurs that she admires, whose feedback would be particularly valuable to her because they'd already know how to do what she's trying to launch. Okay, so all in all, the soft launch was very good for Fatma. It was cheap, it was simple. She caught all the bugs in the food, not the bugs in the food, but the glitches in the food creation and serving in her processes. She got tons of positive feedback and experience that actually built up her confidence, in addition to helping her make her operations stronger. And she got a small pot of followers on her. Look, you can see all the 44 comments here from the people who were following up with her about her launch. Got a little bunch of followers who then, when she had future events and she was ready to hard launch, were already watching her. So they already knew to come, and it was easy for her to market that event to them. It also helped her understand the reality of what it was like to actually launch this, whether her pricing or financial planning was realistic, and what kinds of unexpected surprises there were going to be. We have a really awesome soft launch actually coming up in this cohort. Lucas, tell us about Naomi's soft launch.
Yes, so Naomi, the founder of Bukasa, is soft launching this Thursday, guys. She's a colleague on the cohort here in Takeoff. Scan this QR code to find out more. But everything that Adele's just said, she's doing this Thursday. So if you want to witness a soft launch firsthand, come and have a look. She's soft launching to industry experts, but also her community. And she is presenting what is Bukasa, right? So letting people know what it is. She wants people to sign up to a mailing list so that when she hard launches, she's got people that are interested already that she can go and target directly to become her first customers and to come to her hard launch. She's also asking for feedback, and she's going to be demoing the website that's just about to soft launch on Thursday. And she wants feedback on this in a safe environment with a sort of supportive group to be able to give her good feedback that she can take. So when she does hard launch in a couple of weeks, months, it'll be able to go through the sort of the soft launch test already. So if you want to see firsthand a soft launch and what it looks like, come this Thursday, scan that QR code. I'll put the link in the chat right now as well. Sign up on Eventbrite, it's free. And come and watch Naomi, come and support Naomi's soft launch Bukasa.
How exciting. Got a soft launch of our very own. Okay, hopefully you guys all have that QR code scanned. If not, you can always ask in the chat. Guys, soft launching has a lot of benefits, okay? So I just don't want you to worry if you're not totally all the way ready to trade, but you're still up to a quite professional level, okay? So do not fret. There are benefits, very amazing benefits. One is that you begin building community. And that means you'll actually understand how to reach them better and promote yourself better, so that later you don't have to worry about potential poor customer engagement or poor customer reception, because you've already begun building a community of people who are potential customers or like what you're doing. It helps you to engage supporters. So it gives you a chance to engage those core people who are interested in what you're doing. It helps make them feel special, like they're a part of the early stages and a part of the business story. So that could be anyone from funders, potential stakeholders, potential partners. It could be anyone who's interested in your business. It gives you really amazing experience. So it reduces potential early operational problems, okay? Because you don't really want to open up to the general public and not have worked out some of these operational kinks and glitches. It helps you make sure that your pricing and your financial planning is working out. A good experience soft launching can not only help you to better your product development and your processes, but also it can make you feel more confident and reassure you that the investments that you're going to make in your launch, your hard launch, are going to be a hit. So yeah, that confidence is such a huge thing. Little animations. Confidence is such a huge thing. It allows you to really get the feedback that helps you to improve, but also the good experiences will reassure you that your business is going to be a successful hit. And you get all of this without those unexpected operational issues, without any bad reviews, And it even helps you redefine what success will look like for you, because it starts to bridge the reality with your expectations, right? So a soft launch is still making your business real in many ways. So whether you're ready to trade in March or you are focusing on more of a soft launch for now, I have a little secret for you. Listen up. A launch is also something else. It's a deadline. It's a driver. It's a vehicle. It's a motivation for your business development. Okay. Without a launch, it's like, okay, we could talk forever. We could improve it forever. Great art is never finished, right? In order to launch it, it has to be ready. It has to be ready to engage the public with fully professional assets, a solid business process to see customers from start to finish, and everything in between, and everything before and everything after. And it's got to be ready at some point to take their money safely in exchange for a professional MVP. Okay. So emphasis on 3 things, getting ready for the 3 things that a launch event can help you with. Okay. Presenting your MVP in its best possible light to your community and or to the world at large. Okay. Getting people to take action in relation to your business to help you to achieve your launch goals. So whether that's actually purchasing your product or hiring your service or some other types of engagement that you want them to have. And third, to create a bunch of excitement and a special moment in your launch journey. Okay. So no matter whether it's a hard launch, a soft launch, whether it's online, whether it's in person, the concept is the same. And it's going to be a vehicle for you to wrap up all these loose ends and make a lot of solid decisions and work towards being able to launch. Okay. Woo! How are we going to do this? How are we going to do it? We're going to do it like we do everything else, step by step. Okay. So a clear launch goal and vision can help us to define a clear timeline of smaller, measurable goals, tasks that are actually achievable, one by strategic one. Okay. And strategically, we are always going to start with the first step, every single person, which is to set our destination, because we need to know what we are traveling towards, right? What is your launch goal? Okay, maybe you are looking to raise awareness. How much awareness do you want to raise? What does raising awareness actually look like? If you're looking to sell, what would satisfy you? How many sales? How much money? How much profit? If you want new clients, how many new clients do you want? Your launch goals need to be specific, they need to be measurable, and they need to be realistic, okay? Because then you'll know when you've reached your goal, okay? Because otherwise that ceiling just keeps going up. Your launch audience, okay? You want to understand who you are launching to. And this is actually related to your launch goal, because when you're traveling towards that goal, when you're working on lining up all your ducks towards that goal, there's many different things that you could do, many directions you could take, many people that you could invite. But once you have your launch goal, you can constantly ask yourself, is this in service to my launch goals? Okay. If it's not in service to your launch goals, feel free to let it go, because you have to launch from somewhere and your business can continue to grow and develop. But keep your eye on your launch goals, on the prize of your launch goals, to be able to achieve your launch at all. So like I said, who are the people that you need to reach to achieve these goals? Who are the people that need to see that your business is live? Okay, are they customers, fans, agencies, partners, funders, community members? Is it the press? And last but not least, what do you want them to do? You're going to have all of their attention on you, okay? Just like any public engagement that you have, any external engagement that you have with the public or with your customers or with your supporters, you're going to want to have always an ask for them, always a call to action. Because once you have their attention and have convinced them to support you, you want to give them right then and there an easy way to take action. Because if you don't ask them right then, I guarantee you 2 minutes later, they're going to be thinking about a cheese sandwich, not about your business. Okay. So here's a few examples. So when you're thinking about your launch goal, you want it to be specific, you want it to be measurable, you want it to be realistic, like I said. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. I got it wrong. I'm so sorry. That middle one is supposed to say customers, potential stakeholders, potential partners, potential funders, community members, members of the press, influencers. I'm so sorry that it actually says the same thing as under my ask. I really apologize. But here are some examples of asks or calls to action. And maybe you're going to have one, or maybe you're going to have a few. Okay. So maybe you want people to pre-order your product or just straight up buy your product. Maybe you want them to book a consultation with you, to volunteer for your organization. Maybe you want them to contribute to your crowdfunder, which is something that we might be doing together. Signing my petition, maybe, connecting with you on LinkedIn, or helping you to find a key asset. Maybe there's some kind of equipment that you need. Maybe you need access to an industrial kitchen. Maybe you need a location for your pop-up. Maybe you need access to a printing press. I don't know. There could be whatever equipment, whatever assets, needs you have. You could also, depending on your audience, ask certain things, right? For example, if you're launching into some kind of industry event, you might be more likely to find partners, and you might want to ask more something about a partnership or an asset that you need in those types of circles, as opposed to buy my product when you're speaking to a bunch of competitors, essentially. So I'm really sorry about that, you guys. Okay. Friends, I'm going to give you an example. This is an entirely made up business. It does not exist. It is called the Love Every Puppet Company. Okay. And they're going to launch their new puppetry show called Puppets for Peace, which uses puppets to promote inclusion, peace, kindness, and love to all the children of the world. Okay. The reason why I have made up this company is because I cannot continue to give you food and beverage examples and retail examples just because they are the easiest to understand. We have to get into some more complex business models. Not that food and retail is not complex, but some more, different types of business models, just to show you some examples, okay? So Love Every Puppet Company has been diligently planning their launch. And of course, they started with their launch goals, okay? So they have 2 launch goals, very specific, very attainable, very measurable. They want 50 new Instagram followers because they want potential customers. They want people who can see what they're promoting and their events so that they can attend. So they want followers on their Instagram, and they want 50. They also want to book 3 Puppets for Peace puppet shows because at the end of the day, they're a business and they want to sell 3 shows. Then they're going to think about, who is this audience and who do I need to try to target and who do I need to try to reach in order to achieve these goals? Okay. Well, since one of their goals is to get followers and also to book shows, they definitely want their launch to be customer facing. So they're going to be targeting potential customers. Okay. So they've got child-focused individuals like family members, teachers, carers, etc. They've got organizations that share their brand's values of peace, diversity, and inclusion. So they're looking for people who mind children, who care about children, who want children to be empathetic and accepting of one another. They mostly want these people to be in the UK because they do an English-speaking puppet show, and they do their in-person puppet shows in the Greater London area. And of course, they want to like market their puppet shows more and get the word out there about their puppet shows so that they have a chance of booking more. So they're also going to invite or try to target press, media, and other social media influencers who might help them to amplify and get their new business out in front of more potential customers. Lastly, they will, of course, invite their stakeholders, the people who have helped them and supported them up until this point, because they want to engage them and have them come and celebrate this milestone of their launch. So they're inviting their funders, they're inviting their incubation team, and they're inviting the old lady in their village who taught them how to make puppets when they were 7. So please pay close attention. You guys, I have to fix this animation. I'm so sorry. It can't be there. One sec. How did Puppets for Peace get so messed up, you guys? Maybe because it's an insane business. Okay. How about now?
We're on your screen.
How about now?
Looking
That
good.
looks good.
Thank you. Okay. Pay close attention to how their asks will bring them closer to their launch goals. So like I said, we're not going to work too hard on our asks today. That's more going to be next workshop when we work on our pitches, but we are going to start thinking about them. Okay, so let's start with their online launch. They're going to do an Instagram live puppet show. Okay, and they're doing this in collaboration with a very popular Instagram influencer called The Conscious Kid, who has a massive following of 2.1 million people who are following them because they care about raising, educating, or serving children in a conscious way. Okay, so they're going to do their really cool online puppet show. And when it comes time for them to ask or to do the call to action, of course, they're asking, follow us on Instagram. They're going to go a step further and they're going to say, visit our website link in our bio to sign up for our newsletter with your email address and to be kept up to date on upcoming events and promotions. So for those who love them so much, it's more than just a follow. They can go check out their website and sign up for their newsletter. They even said that everyone who signs up for their newsletter today with a certain code, Conscious Puppets, are going to get a special 25% off discount code exclusively for those who attended the Conscious Kid Instagram live puppet show. And it would be a 25% discount towards booking your very own Puppets for Peace show for your child's classroom, birthday party, or event. Can you see how this would not only bring them more followers, but also potentially bring them closer to actually selling or booking a show with a member of their target market? So this is the online part of their launch. Now, they're also going to have an in-person launch because we live in a hybrid world. And it helps them to reach many more customers, of course. So they're also going to have a puppet show at the park. They also promoted the puppet show in the park during their Instagram live feed and to all their new followers after the Instagram live feed, of course. They chose Victoria Park Playland to do the puppet show because they know that there's parents with children there. and also that it's East London, so there's a more urbanist mindset, so maybe they'll be more in line with their brand values. And so it's also really cool because it brings together children and their families in the community, which is like already starting to help them with their brand purpose, which is to bring people together in their community and to be inclusive and promote peace. So they are going to have their puppet show in the park. It is completely free. However, they are asking that people who witness the puppet show, please follow them on Instagram. Okay. So during the show, they say, you can follow us on Instagram. You can come up and speak with us more about Love Every Puppet or Puppets in the Park. And they'll have puppets for the kids to play with before and after the show. Now they say to these parents who have the kids playing with the puppets, if you take a picture with your kid of the puppets and tag us on Instagram, you have a chance to win a free puppet show for your child's class or birthday party or event. Can anybody tell me why Love Every Puppet Company would be so interested in people tagging their children on their own Instagram accounts with a picture of their children and the puppets and tagging Love Every Puppet Company in the post? Why they would be so interested in that they would actually give away a free show?
This would be kind of promoting their business.
Yes, because what would happen if one of the parents, all the parents that take a part of this, post the pictures of their kids with the puppets and tag Love Every Puppet? How would that help them to achieve their launch goals?
It's also social proof because it's not just them posting about themselves, it's actually their customers posting about them. And that always matters a lot more on social media than just the business themselves posting.
Especially a children's business, right? They want to have a lot of trust and they want to have a lot of support from other parents because that's good for them, right? Because nobody wants to give their kids over to some random company. Why else? I'll tell you the answer. Because children's parents are all friends with each other on Instagram. And the more parents that are posting and tagging your cute puppets on the Insta, the more free advertising you're getting. And the more parents that you haven't even been able to reach are seeing your business, potentially looking at it, and potentially then following you. So by some combination of these two launch events, I'm going to assume that Love Every Puppet is a lot closer to its 50 new followers goal, and also has a lot more eyes and interest on them and potential customers that could also bring them closer to their selling the 3 shows goal. Now, these two events did not just happen on their own and have people come and show up on their own. In order to promote these launch events and to ensure that the proper audience attended and engaged and took action in the way that Love Every Puppet Company wanted them to, they had to have a launch campaign. A launch campaign is what ensures all of the jazz and the hullabaloo, okay? So imagine the launch is the peak of the mountain, the campaign leads up to the peak of the mountain, and then it descends again on the other side, okay? So it's the buzz before, as well as the follow-up after the launch event, okay? This is not necessarily a linear experience. This is not the only way to have a launch campaign. This is not the only step. I'm just going to give you some examples of what Love Every Puppet Company would have done before and after these events as a part of a launch campaign to ensure that their launch goals were met. Okay, they would start with a teaser. All that means is sending an email out to all of their friends and supporters, to their whole entire network, and tell them that they're launching Love Every Puppet with a link to follow the socials and to attend an upcoming launch event. So they're saying, we're having some events, here's my socials, follow me, see what's up, to the people who matter the most, their friends and family and their network. Maybe after that, they're going to start releasing some storytelling content. So they're going to tell a compelling story about Love Every Puppet. How was it born? How did I learn how to make puppets? Why are puppets so amazing? Maybe there's little videos that I'm making of puppet shows, like little snippets of puppet shows, to show how they work with children to develop empathy and harmony. Maybe there is some entertainment, but also there's promotion for Love Every Puppet's mission and values. Okay, and this content is going out always also with an invitation, of course, to the launch events coming up to learn more. They're going to research influencers. So they're going to do a ton of research. That's how they found the Conscious Kid. They have to show influencers and like media sources that have similar values to them of anti-racism, peace, diversity, inclusion. They want to find bloggers who are blogging about inclusive parenting. They want to find Facebook groups of parents that are in more progressive urban locations. She's just researching where are all these target audience members that she wants in her launch. And then she's just getting out there, sending them professional messages with really clear asks. She wants to know, would you be interested in showing my storytelling content? Would you be interested in hosting a live puppet show event in your space or your platform? She tells the influencers, I can send you free puppets for your kids, or even do a free puppet show for your kids if you will tag me or promote me on your social media, all in service of getting attention. They're going to do pre-orders. Maybe they create a crowdfunder collecting pre-orders for different puppet shows that she's doing. Okay, so this can help her get a little bit of cash to help her produce her launch events. It helps her see who supports her enough to RSVP to her show in advance, which is really great. It gives her a list of people who really care about what she's doing. It helps her generate buzz, build momentum, and lock down early sales to fund production of her show and her marketing, which is really, really important. The launch events arrive. Okay, so can you see how she's already built up so much buzz around the events already? Okay, and after the events happen, she doesn't just want to let all that buzz just come crashing down and just end, right? She wants to celebrate. They want to celebrate by sending out a newsletter to all her new newsletter emails with exclusive discounts to celebrate everyone who attended the launch events. This is huge because it makes them feel special and grateful that they attended the launch event at all. It makes them feel like they're a part of something. Not so long afterwards, you want to follow up with them again. You want to just tell them, you know, how great it was, show pictures of the puppets and the kids all smiling together so they can see how great it was. Maybe you're sending out more videos, more content with invitations to subscribe to like your brand new YouTube channel that you've now launched, or upcoming shows. The idea here is that Polly is not going to let the buzz and excitement around Love Every Puppet just die off after the launch events. Okay, so can you see how a launch event carries the campaign and also the campaign carries the launch event? Without the event, it's hard to do the rest and to create a buzz. Without the buzz, it's hard to produce a launch event. So they work hand in hand. This is, of course, just an example, and there's 1,000,001 different ways to create a launch campaign. let's talk about our own launch events now and your own launch campaign, how you're going to do it. Okay, so in the first half of Takeoff, we've done all of this stuff here. We've developed our business models, registration, insurance, compliance, financial models. We are, we've done pricing. We're working on our brand boosters. We're working on our web boosters, which will help carry all this launch campaign and all of this marketing, these digital assets, right? Starting from now, and also including everything we've done so far, talking about our goals and our plans and our visions, we're developing a launch plan, all in service to this Turn launch series. So the Turn Takeoff launch series. And the whole second half of Takeoff is driven by this launch and the prep that you need to do in order to either soft or hard launch during this launch series. Okay, you want to have that pre-launch campaign like we were talking about with Love Every Puppet, as well as the post-launch campaign. Okay, and Turn will actually be helping you to plan your launch campaign. We can help you to set up social media. Those of you who watched the broadcast last night, you know that Build Week next week is going to be focused on social media. We've done these DigiSkills courses about social media. We are going to be supporting you to promote your business and to promote your launch events to help you to get your ask out into the world through promoting through our channels, okay? And of course, the support of all these launch materials, the support of the development of these launch materials are going to help you with your fundraising, no matter which option of funding you pursue. Okay, so if you are learning how to practice pitching and talking about your business, that will help you with angel investment, with loans, with grants as well. If you're creating very high quality professional digital assets for your launch campaign, that will help funders to trust you more and see how serious and professional you are. If we could also help you to potentially develop a crowdfunder during this period, if that's something that you're interested in. So this is all in service to the same stuff. Getting ready for the launch, in order to really nail your launch and your launch campaign, please take advantage of the services that are being offered in Takeoff in the second half, my friends. Of course, work with your coach and your mentor to complete your free professional brand. Use your Web Booster Brief tool and work with your coach and mentor to complete your free professional website. Like I said, there's marketing development support during your launch campaign. We will be introducing a launch campaign tool, more tools to help you plan your posts and your activities. We are hoping to do a photo shoot. We want product photos and professional portraits. That should be coming up in the next few weeks for your Web Booster and for your social media. Our DigiSkills training, we've already had many. The Adobe Spark training coming up on February 10th. That's a Thursday. Definitely want to make that because it will help you with your launch campaign assets. And of course, the Turn launch events themselves. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. By the time the launch events come around, you should have your digital business cards out there and ready so that people can follow you, stay up to date on what you're up to, search about you, learn more about you, and contact you in case they want to hire you or purchase your products or get involved some other way. Okay, so if all of that's ready by the launch events, you'll have things to ask people for and things people can follow up with you about. We are about to bring Shadi on to tell us about her experience launching, but I just want to make sure before she comes on that you understand exactly what we're talking about here. Turn is going to create a launch series, okay? It is both online and in person. And everyone in Takeoff will have the opportunity, if they want to participate in both, okay? So the first part is an online launch fair called London Made well, the whole series is called London Made, but it's an online conference. It's on March 17th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. There's going to be pitch presentations from every entrepreneur participating. There's going to be really exciting keynote speakers. And there's going to be a post-fair website where we have all the recordings of your pitches and then your links underneath so that we can keep sharing it and getting all of that out into the world, and you keep getting more people engaging with your business through that website. Okay. The online fair is so fun because we get to invite the whole global community of people who support Turn, what Turn does, and who support Turn entrepreneurs, who are interested in what Turn entrepreneurs are doing. And you also get to invite all your own launch audiences all over the world. So the online fair is super duper fun. Then there will also be a series of bespoke or custom solo launches. So these are opportunities that we find for you, that you create for yourself, similar to Fatma's Supper Club. In this case, it could be an event or a marketplace. Maybe we find marketplace partners that you could launch into, or events you could cater. Maybe there's a newspaper article or a podcast or influencer post that we could get you to be a part of, or that you know a way to become a part of. Or it could be things like conferences and speaking opportunities. So we're going to talk more about both of these things, but first I want to invite my friend Shadi. She is going to come and speak to us about her participation last year in the Turn launch fairs that we produced last year online. She was a part of the Her Future Forward Fair. Shadi Marigachi, she is the founder of Avon Studio. She's a 3D visualizer, graphic designer, and Feng Shui consultant. She is from Iran, and she is joining us here today from London. Shadi, are you there?
Hi, Adele.
Hi.
Thanks for inviting me. Hi, everybody. It's nice to meet you all here. Let me to share my screen. Okay. My name is Shadi Maraghechi. I'm originally from Iran, and I am the founder of Avon Studio. Avon Studio is a full-service design studio offering graphic design, 3D modeling, and other visualization supports to interior designers and architects, as well as interior design consultation. For home and office space, I offer a specialized consultation service which incorporates the beauty of my Persian heritage with Feng Shui principles to bring harmony and grace in your life. Here is the QR code to have easy access to my website and check my portfolio, please. And I was a part of Turn Her Future Forward Fair on 31st of March 2021. And today I am here to share my journey and experience during preparation for the fair. It was a little scary for me to start planning for the fair. First of all, because I had to talk in front of people, and then English is my second language. So I wasn't make sure how to start and do it. But I wasn't alone. My mentor, my coach guided me up how to do it. Also, we had a workshop with Turn about the process of the presentation and how to prepare my pitch. So during the workshop, I planning my launch goals and roadmap. And finally, I gather all information that I need to create my pitch. The process that I had to prepare for the launch was included telling my story about my life and becoming I'm becoming graphic designer, and show it how it helped me to find my way. Here is some item that helped me to write my story, such as when and where it start, what is my mission and plan, and who are my customer, and how can I engage with them. I also researched online to find beautiful images for my presentation and found a pitch deck template with the help of Turn. I have a lots of session with my mentor and coach to prepare my pitch and practice with them to have their feedback. I also practice in front of mirror to see how my body language is. I record my voice to check my pace and see how I was speaking to make sure people understand me and I feel confident. During my presentation, I asked audience to follow me on Instagram and check out my portfolio and book a 20 minutes free consultation. Why I asked this? Because my launch goal was to raise awareness about my business and start finding clients. And my brand purpose was also to help people to know more about Feng Shui and how it's connected to my culture and how have a positive energy flow in their life. I launched my campaign on my Instagram and LinkedIn. I had to make sure I have some posts on Instagram to show what is my business and what I do. Because when people visited my Instagram, they realized that I have a professional business. I post an intro about who I am and what services my company have. And then share some posts about 3D visualization, Feng Shui principles, and how it's connected to my culture. And finally, I share a launch fair promotion and announcement before events. Sorry. Then I continue to post because I had a new followers and I want to make sure they are engaged. And as you can see, I had a clear bio to make sure people understand my business at a glance with the link to my newly launched website. Here I have some advice for people who wants to planning for the fair. At the beginning, I was so hard on myself. I was overthinking and search a lot to feel confident and be the best. But no one is perfect and we are the best version of ourselves. So just enjoy it. Never panic to talk in front of people. I was so stressed because I was thinking, what if they couldn't understand when I talk to them, or if my business isn't good enough, or what happened if they ask me question that I can't respond. But I did it and it wasn't scary. And the best thing is the Turn community is mostly audience at a launch for online. So it's so supportive and safe space for launch. Then we need to test, we need to find out what is our weaknesses and strengths, and understand how we can improve our weaknesses and turn it to our strengths. So practice more, practice with your friend, family, mentor, coach in front of mirror to gain more confidence, and write a script, because in case you are so nervous and you don't want to make nervous yourself by forgot things. Thank you so much. I am happy to answer any question. Thank you.
Nice one, Shadi. Who's got a question for Shadi about her experience launching as a part of the Turn online fair? Or launching a business in general?
Shadi, this is Fred. Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you, and very insightful, encouraging presentation as always. One question for me was, what was the best relationship or introduction that you took from this whole process of launching your business, whether it's from the fair or any other moment?
Sorry, I didn't get it. I lost the connection for a sec. Sorry, I'm sorry. Could you please repeat it?
No worries, Shadi. What was the best kind of business relationship or introduction that you got from the whole period of launching?
It was a lot, Fred, what I achieved during the launch. I think the most important things, confidence. Because now when I have a presentation, I don't feel more nervous. And yeah, of course, when you have a connection with other people and receive the feedbacks, it helped me a lot to change my point of view, to change even my way, because I need to learn some more things that I didn't know. So it helps a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have a question for Shadi about how she pulled this off?
Got one in the chat there, Adele. What was the most successful thing in your launch from Layla?
The most successful thing. I talk about it. It makes me nervous when I talk to people. I think it's a successful things that I achieve, because before I really didn't like to contact with people, but and I scared. But now I'm okay with that, and I enjoy it. And because when you have a lot of stress, you can't enjoy the moment. But now I learn.
Learning and wisdom is the greatest success.
Yeah.
Anybody else? We have time for one more question.
Hey, Shadi, I have a question. I would like to know, how did you know that you were prepared enough to launch?
I had many sessions with my mentor, with my coach, my friends, my sister. So each time when or I record myself, each time I receive their feedback that I feel confident or not, or I am nervous still, or sometimes my voice is shaking, and I work on all of them to improve them. So they help me to understand I am ready. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody give Shadi a big round of applause. Thank you, Shadi,
Thank
for coming
you.
to share with us. Friends, Lucas is about to put in the chat the 3 launch events from last year: Her Turn, Changemakers Fair, and the Tech and Digital Fair. If you go to the Her Turn Fair, you can watch Shadi's pitch that she worked so hard to present in the launch fair, and you can check out her asks. You can also check out her amazing website, and you can follow her on Instagram. She has a really great Instagram. And if you see all the way back to the launch period, you can see how she introduced her business and then promoted the launch in the very beginning of her Instagram life. And she now has over 1,000 followers. So congratulations, Shadi, because she creates great Feng Shui content. Follow her for more. It's just Avon Studio, right? Your username, Shadi.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Thank
one.
you.
So that's in the chat as well. Definitely check her out. Give her a follow. Friends, before we take a break, Lucas is going to come on and tell us a little more about the online fair, the London Made online fair that we are going to start with. Bye, Shadi. That we are going to be producing this year.
Brilliant. Yeah. So as Adele said, all those links to the fairs that we did last year, that Turn hosted last year, are in the chat. Go and click on them, check them out. It will give you a really good idea as to the kind of format, a similar format that we'll be doing this year, which is a really exciting opportunity for all the Takeoff entrepreneurs. We are hosting London Made online showcase on Thursday, March the 17th, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And this is showcasing your businesses and launching London's newest refugee-led businesses to the world, to the general public, not just to the Turn community, not just to mentors, to coaches. This is to the general public and to the world. The format's going to be an online fair on Zoom. It's going to be hosted by Turn. We'll be publicizing the event on our social media, getting it out on our channels, to our supporters, to the general public as well. But of course, you should do exactly the same. You should be getting it out to people as well that you want to come to this event to see you launching your business to the world for the first time. So the format of the fair is there's going to be an introduction by one of our Turn champions who's been in the same place as you, who might have been and done a launch fair themselves last year. Right? They've been in the same place. They've launched their business to the world, and they're going to be introducing the whole fair. We're also going to have a keynote speaker come and speak to give a presentation that is focused around refugee entrepreneurship and celebrating this and celebrating your business launch day. We're then going to split from the main group. That's going to be in one main room. And we're going to go into smaller groups. And these smaller groups are based on industries that we have from the Takeoff program this year. And we're calling these smaller groups breakout tracks. Okay, so the breakout track is where you will present your business to the public for the first time. All right, and audience members are going to choose which track they want to go into, and you can expect anywhere. It depends on the number of people, but 10 to 20 to 30 people might be in that room. It's hard to say because we don't know the numbers yet, but it's going to be a big event. And that's going to be members of the public that are going to be in that room listening to you launching your business. So it's super exciting. Could be industry experts and professionals, could be potential customers, could be potential partners, potential funders. Really exciting, and it's your chance to show them your business. And remember, they're in that room because they want to hear you. They want to hear about your business. So this year, we have split the industries as follows. We have fashion and crafts, food, social enterprise, beauty and wellness, and education and e-learning. Now, in these breakout tracks, what we expect or what we think you should be doing when you're in these and presenting in these is a 15-minute slot for each of you to present your business. And we recommend doing it in a way to maximize engagement by presenting your business, having a Q&A, but also having an ask. So we say an 8-minute pitch and presentation and ask, and then have 2 minutes for the audience to engage with your ask. So just as Adele was saying earlier about getting followers, sign up to my social media, right? It could be getting feedback. It might be asking people to sign up to your newsletter. It might be asking people to fill out a survey link, okay? It's getting people to engage. You want to do that in your presentation, but you want to have a couple of minutes to make sure in the room right then and there, people are doing that. And then a 5-minute Q&A from the audience. Take questions, invite questions, ask questions and answer the questions from the audience, all right? Now, after the event, we're going to create a web page, and the web page is going to have all the recordings, okay, from the day, and it's going to be an opportunity for people to re-engage with your business after the fair. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, click the links that I posted and it will make total sense, because you'll see each entrepreneur from last year, from each fair, is showcased where their pitch and their presentation is there, as well as the links to their social media, as well as the links to their website, as well as the links to their follow-up ask, okay? So we will do that. Last year we had 3 events. This year we're having one big online showcase, London made. So it's really, really exciting. We're really excited to get going with it. So how do the tracks work, and who's going to be in each breakout track? So the format that you can expect is there's going to be 2 to 3 other turn entrepreneurs from Takeoff, and maybe the wider alumni community as well, and the turn community as well. You're going to have a very targeted audience in there. It's going to be people that are the general public, okay, that are coming in and they choose which track they want to go into. So they are there to be there to listen to you in that industry, all right? It's impossible to say numbers until we've sold the tickets, but it's a free event and we expect big numbers. We're hoping for big numbers. Your mentors will be in there with you as well. As Shadi said, okay, mentors helped a lot with the preparation for this. They are going to support you on this journey, as are your coaches. Okay, we're here to support you. It's a super exciting event. Don't worry. Your mentors will be in there with you. And there will be one turn team moderator in each track. They will introduce you when it's your time to speak. They'll give a quick blurb about your business. They'll give you the floor to start speaking and sharing screen. And then they might help you if you need any facilitation around the Q&A or anything like that, but I doubt that'll be needed. They're just really there to moderate and to help move things on and to time keep. Okay, we want to stick to time. So you might already be wondering, what track am I in? You might see your industry up there already and be like, I know what I'm doing. So again, let's just go through the tracks. These aren't confirmed yet, but just to say there's fashion and crafts. So Aruba, Zora, Freshta, Ghazal, Angie, might be in that one, in that room. Food, think of the food and beverage guys in the room. Raymond, Wubanesh, Ariane. Social enterprise, Adam, Mariam, right? Think about what your industry is. Beauty and wellness, Layla. And finally, we have education and e-learning, Mazin, Naomi. Now, these are all your colleagues from the cohort of Takeoff, okay? So you'll be in there with other turn entrepreneurs. Your turn coach is here to help you. Your turn mentor, your launch mentor is here to help you. Don't worry, this is a really exciting opportunity. It's the first you're hearing of it. You might be like, oh, what's going on? Don't worry, we're here to help you. It's going to be amazing. You guys are going to be amazing. And we're going to be sending you all of this information in written format that you can read through. And we've got loads of time to prepare for it. We're just introducing it now, but let's start getting excited because that event is about 8 weeks away. So that is super awesome. It's one of the highlights of the year for me. And I can't wait. So what a 2 months we have ahead.
Thank you, Lucas. London Business Hub of the Greater London Authority are indeed partnering with us on it, Fred. That is very exciting. We've had some great partners for these fairs, friends. We had Social Enterprise UK, we had Tech UGs, we even had a electronic music artist make the official Her Future Forward Fair soundtrack last year. Speaking of soundtracks, time to take a break. I'm gonna put some music on, you guys. The bespoke solo launch opportunities that are the peanut butter to the online launch fairs jelly. Okay, there's the two branches of the London Made launch series. The online fair that Lucas just told us all about and that we'll be preparing you for and producing over the next few months or weeks. And there are also the solo launch opportunities that we want to create with you and support you to create for yourself. So that might be announcing your business launch in the press or some form of media. It could be raising awareness about your new venture as a part of an event or a conference, or it could be participating in an online or in-person marketplace. Everybody has a different launch goal. Everybody has a different launch audience. And that's why it's so great to create launch events that fit your unique unicorn business, okay? I'm gonna give you an example of a press and media style launch opportunity. Many of you saw this article. It came out about 2 weeks ago about our very good friend and boss lady icon, Najat, who opened her own salon in Brixton. The month after she opened her own salon, she had this article come out about her in My London. And it was all about how she basically overcame extreme adversity to become a salon owner who wants to hire other women like herself and give them opportunities that she, you know, can provide for them because of her position now. This type of press and media isn't for everyone. Some people are like really open to sort of talking about their personal story and how that led to their business success. Other people are not really so comfortable with press and media that is targeted at people who want to read more about refugee entrepreneurship or want to read about refugee stories. So you could also participate in other types of press and media. This is an example of Startups Magazine did an expose on different sort of diverse founders and why it's so important to support different founders from different backgrounds. And one of our entrepreneurs, Bajosa Holo, who started Instant Pickup, which is an electric van company, participated in this story. And it was in partnership with WeWork and the social enterprise Foundervine that supports diverse founders as well. So there's all different types of press and media opportunities out there that can be very exciting. There's also speaking or presenting or pitching in an event. Okay, so this was London Tech Week event, very exciting. there was a discussion about how technology is opening up new opportunities for refugee entrepreneurs who are breaking barriers in the UK. It was a panel discussion that they were doing at the London Tech Week conference. We have 3 Turn entrepreneurs here. We have Muzaffar from Oshpaz, who's in Mercado Metropolitano. We've got Nagla from Nagla's World. She does translation services. And of course, Usman, who many of you have met already from Haven Coffee. They all went and they did a panel discussion with, does anybody know who that is? That man? I'll tell you, that's Jack Dorsey, the CEO and founder of both Twitter and Square, or Block Technologies, it's called FinTech Technologies. So he's a very huge entrepreneur, and his participation in this panel, in this big London tech conference with these 3 entrepreneurs, created a big, I keep using the word hullabaloo for some reason, hullabaloo around these 3 entrepreneurs. So it was a great opportunity for them and got a lot of attention and eyes on their new businesses. Eli is here. He's going to tell us about marketplaces.
Yes, absolutely. So you can see here, Usman again, what it might look like the launch of his coffee shop. But what are we trying to say, Adel, if you can just click, is that he didn't get there. So he started in marketplace and using events. So the first one he did was using Sunday Social, where he launched basically what was his MVP. So he would use the market on Sunday and have a small store and then serve his coffee there. And then he also used comedy events. As you know, Usman also hosts comedy shows. So if you don't know, just check him out because it's quite funny. But he also went there. And as you can see, it's pretty small. So again, using the idea of the MVP, but he used that to create awareness about his product and sort of grow his following to finally end up opening his coffee shop that a few of us at Turn went to see and visit. So now he's got a brick and mortar coffee shop. He's got his own coffee beans and he's serving his coffee and he's trying to expand his business from the coffee shop. And what we're trying to say with that is that when you launch your product, it doesn't have to be completely perfect. You can use marketplaces and events. Remember Fatma with the Supper Club, intimate events to refine your MVP. And it's also a really good example to get some live feedback. People will tell you what they think just to your face. You can sort of have your QR code and feedback. And you can then refine your MVP and use these small events to pursue your launch and get to the place you want to be. In Usman case, that was the coffee shop that he's using as his base now.
Thank you, Eli. So yeah, Usman didn't wait until he had landed a commercial letting in London to start trading, right? He went out, he got himself in different markets. I remember going to get his coffee in Truman Brewery Market. He was in Spitalfields Market. He did all of the refugee related conferences across London. He was always there serving coffee to the conference participants. He was doing comedy events. So he was participating in other markets that already had a ton of footfall. So that's an example of an in-person market. You might be able to plug yourself into a market that already exists, that already has thousands and thousands of people coming through. What a great way. You don't have to attract every single customer. You don't have to drag every single customer that you ever have yourself into your store, right? You could just take advantage of other people's customers. There's also online marketplaces. This is really cool. You know, there was Small Business Christmas Market last year with Enterprise Nation. There were, you know, a lot of different online marketplaces. They do a ton of promotion already and get consumers to come and check them out, people who support Enterprise Nation. Here's another one. Anka Collective was a part of that market, or sorry, this is the same one, but Anka Collective, Europe's first marketplace exclusively for refugee-led brands, powered by Turn, participated in the gifted Enterprise Nation market. And so there were different Turn entrepreneurs that were a part of that market, and they launched businesses, they launched new products into that opportunity. So there's online markets and there's in-person markets that you might be able to plug into or get a featuring or feature your product or service inside of. We're going to go into a group breakout now, my friends, by industry. It's going to be a 15-minute breakout. You'll go out with your Turn coach and you'll just start talking about in your specific industry and what you're specifically trying to launch. What might be an interesting launch event for you? What might be an interesting launch event for you? So we're going to, I'm trying to think, maybe I should. Yeah, before we go into the breakout, I'm actually going to show you the next slide. I want to draw attention to the examples that we just used and to how partners are a huge part of all launch experiences. Okay, so obviously with the online fair, Turn in a way is a partner to you, and you're partnering with us because we are going to promote the event, we're going to produce the event, we're inviting you, we're going to host you, but of course, and so you're going to use all of those benefits, but of course, you're also partnering with us to fill the event. So that's one example of a partnership, but also think more broadly when you're thinking of your bespoke events, your solo events. Who might you be able to participate or to partner with? Are there other organizations, businesses, individuals, influencers, etc.? Are there like markets, spaces, companies who you might want to work with to plan your launch? Okay, think about who you know, who you think you could find, who might be able to help you with some of the nuts and bolts. Okay, you don't have to host your events alone. And you also don't have to rely only on Turn to produce events. You are entrepreneurs launching new businesses out into the world, not into the Turn community, right? So, for example, you might be able to find people who will promote and bring audience to your event. Like we said, if you're a part of a marketplace where, like if you're the Duck Pond Market or the Spitalfields Market or the Bohemia Market, they're already doing tons of promotion to bring consumers into the market. Same with the Enterprise Nation online market. Same with Turn, bringing a bunch of supporters and the world entrepreneurship supporters that they know worldwide to their event. So they could promote and bring audience. Or like the Conscious Kid with Love Every Puppet, 2.1 million followers. They're bringing a ton of audience to that live puppet show, the Instagram one. Hosting and venues, again, like the Conscious Kid hosted on their Instagram platform. This is a picture of the first ever Turn pop-up that was hosted by the Truman Brewery. We had yet another one hosted by the Truman Brewery that many of you attended a few weeks back. Somebody might be able to help you with a venue, like how maybe WeWork has helped us in the past to create venues for people. Or yeah, like we said, a marketplace that already exists. And then last but not least, equipment and software. You might be able to partner with someone. Maybe you're not ready yet to have the equipment that you need, but you want to have enough product or service or be able to provide the service. Maybe you can borrow some equipment. Maybe you can go somewhere where they already have the equipment and partner with them for your launch. This is a picture of a Square reader. We partnered with Square, and Square provides all the Square readers so that people can take payments safely and legally through the Square credit card payments through the Square reader. Great help that we have. Same thing with Adobe. We're doing the Adobe Spark workshop in 2 weeks. We partner with them to help us get the software so that the entrepreneurs can create the launch campaigns. You're not here alone. You're not an island. Look around you. Who can you partner with? Who can help you keep your costs low and amplify your launch and make your launch better, stronger, more significant than it ever could be if it was just you on your own doing everything. So I just wanted to go over that before you go into your group breakout, because maybe it will help you think, how do you envision your bespoke launch event? Where do you want your solo launch event to be? Let's head out to the group breakouts. Your coaches will be in there if you have any questions. Crowdfunding, so cool. So we didn't want to overload you with information in this workshop, but here I go anyway. The Turn is already looking into something we did last year, which is to basically collect all the crowdfunders of all the launching entrepreneurs together onto one page, and like use that page to promote all the crowdfunders at the same time, so that people who are interested in sort of like refugee entrepreneurship and supporting all the and reading about all the different stories can like all come to one place and then give to different campaigns. Of course, you also have your own campaign crowdfunding campaign that you can share with your own community and get your own personal support. But we are going to be working on supporting you to create crowdfunding campaigns. If you have a reward and your campaigns make sense and your story is compelling, which of course, as I know you all will or already have, you would watch the crowdfunding video in the Access to Finance workshop from December before attempting to apply for any kind of crowdfunding support, because you would need to make sure that that pathway to finance actually works for your business, because it's harder than it seems, but easier when Turn helps. Okay, you guys. We're going to go off into our one-to-one breakouts in just a moment. But before we do, I just want to remind you about what we are focusing on in this particular early steps of our launch planning. You want to think about your launch goal. So it should be specific. You don't just want to say, oh, I want to trade. You want to say, how many products do you want to sell? How many service clients do you want? How much profit you would like to make? There's the right one. Who is going to be your launch audience? Who do you want to target? How are you going to go and find those people and launch in front of them? How are you going to get those people to come and participate in your launch? And of course, your ask or your call to action, you could have and probably will have more than one. Could be donating to my crowdfunder, could be buying your product, and there's many other different types of asks. This is just a few here that are possible. One-to-one breakout time, friends. First and foremost, you want to discuss with your mentor, what is your goal? What are you traveling towards? Are you planning a soft launch? And in that case, what are your goals? Are you planning a hard launch? And in that case, what are your goals? Do you want to let the world know you're looking for a certain type of partnership, a certain type of asset? Are you looking for finance? What is your goal here? Who is your audience? Who do you need to reach and invite to your launch? And then following from our conversation with the group breakout, what solo events could you do? And you want to open up your roadmap tool and plan these essential milestones in that tool. So under the March column, you can write your goals and the people that you want to invite, that you want to make sure are there. And you can start to plan the steps towards that launch. Okay. Hello. Just one more minute of your time, friends. I hope you had a great time talking about your goals, your audience, planning some critical steps in your roadmap. I just wanted to make sure that you clocked this event. Obviously, we've talked about it many times in the This Week in Takeoff broadcast, but on the 23rd of February, we will be hosting the Pitch Jam at 5 p.m. This is going to be in person at the Atomico offices. Other Takeoff partners like the McKinsey consultants, of which many of you are working with now, and also the mayor's office, the London Business Hub, is sending some delegates. They are going to be there to listen to your pitches, okay? Now, this is going to be a little bit different from the online showcase or from a presentation that you give in a launch, because you are going to be pitching to potential stakeholders. So it's a very specific type of pitch that you would give to a potential financer or funder, or to a potential partner. This is an opportunity for you to start building a community and to start practicing talking to people about your business and raising awareness about your launch. Okay, this is practicing your pitch and beginning to build a community. The audience will be takeoff partners. So it's people that we already know support you, support this program, and want you to do well. We're going to be developing an ask for this pitch next week. We're going to talk about it much more in depth next week. But I want to make sure you understand that this event is in some way the beginning of some of your launch campaigns. Some of you may start before, but for many of you, this is your first opportunity to start building that community, start getting some followers on your Instagram, start to ask for the things that you're looking for, maybe get some people to sign up for your newsletter, whatever your ask is. So it's almost going to be like one of the first few milestones of your launch campaign. So we're really looking forward to that. And of course, you'll get a chance to get feedback, answer questions. Everyone's going to be super nice. Don't worry. It's going to be a chance to talk in person and network around your business. So this is what we're going to be working on the next few weeks, is this pitch and preparing for this as a sort of kickoff to the real launch campaign, the takeoff launch campaign that you're planning. Friends, we can't do it without you. We need your feedback. We need to know what you're up to, what you're thinking, what's in your brain. Please let us know how this workshop made you feel. Visit this link. You can go to bit.ly/turnfeedback, or you can take your phone and you can scan this QR code. Boop, 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 and just take 1 minute of your very busy life to let us know how we did. And yeah, please do that. We love to get feedback and read what you're saying. I'm just giving you time to scan the QR code and do that. Great. Thank you so much, friends. That was a lovely workshop. Sorry for keeping you 3 extra minutes, but I hope you have a great night.
Great workshop, Adele. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Adele.
Good night, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.